we've all got our favorite fields. We've been on a million of them. This is mine. I've done numerous videos over the past few years with this field. Just a little chunk of farm field. Has a great history to it. Everything from pre-colonial all the way through, you know, modern junk and stuff. But as you work it for a few years, you'll find it, you know, the targets start to get a little bit fewer and farther between. And the areas that we avoid are the areas that probably still contain a good amount, if not the most, decent targets that you want to dig. So I'm going to spin this camera around, I'm going to show you this field, and we're going to talk a little bit about the drop and draw. Okay, so this is my favorite little local colonial field. It's a couple of acres, but it has just been packed with stuff over the years. But now in my 6th or 7th year digging it, the targets are starting to get a little, you know, scarce. Not bad, still producing some stuff, but not as much as it was early on. So we're going to talk about the drop and draw as soon as this airplane goes over. We're going to talk about the drop and draw. That's the ends of the farm field. This would be the drop, and then way out there along that tree line is your draw. And what these are the turnarounds for the tractor and the plow. This is where the tractor will make its turn to come back the other direction. The drop is where the tractor and plow will enter. And generally this area has a bigger turning radius. It's more open to the outside world and has more trash than the body of your field, more good targets, but not as much as the draw. And the reason for that is, as the farmer is approaching the drop end of the field, he doesn't slow down as much. His speed will start to decrease, but not as much as it does at the other end. He has more area to continue his turnaround, as opposed to the draw, which is, like, for example, this one is directly against that tree line. So he has to make a significant decrease in speed, a sharper turn, and that's why the draw end has a lot more trash and potentially more targets. We're going to work on the drop end today. Next one will be at the draw end. This is our drop. We're going to concentrate heavily on this area today, show you some of the nuances, and hopefully, knock on wood, a couple of the good targets that we can pull out of here. So I'll be setting up my gear, back in a minute. Okay guys, so I figured I'd save you the boredom of watching me dig the trash. Again, one thing you got to remember is that you are going to deal with more trash in the drop and the draw than any place else out in the field. The plow is dragging it, it gets caught up in a wave action, and as he decreases the speed to make his turn, you're going to lose everything that gets caught up in the plow. In the drop section, you're going to get probably, you know, 4 or 5 times as much trash. In the draw section, you can get 20 times as much. But remember, like weighted objects have a tendency to stick together. You've seen it at the beach. It's the same kind of thing in the ground action that takes place on plowing a farm field. So if you're going to have 5 times as much trash out here in the drop, you're going to have potentially 5 times as many good targets here too. So just be aware. So far, 2 or 3 passes up this drop and nothing but trash. But we're not done yet. guys, so after 15, 20 junk targets, and many of these junk targets are going to have oddball numbers or tones simply because they're so tiny, and they are in a proximity to other trash, which can throw your numbers off, can throw your tones off. This one showed up as pretty much almost every other one I found junk wise today, but there was just something odd about it. This is why you dig everything out here. And just to give you an idea, this is a bale seal, and we'll clean it up later because many of these seals have dates on them, and I pulled 2 or 3 out of here that were 18th century bale seals. So amidst the trash, pulled a little bit of treasure, and we'll keep going. Once again, guys, why do we like plowed fields and heavy rains right after the plow? Because it's on the surface. I'm not sure what it is yet, but regardless, that's a coin target on the surface. And give me a second, and hopefully it's worth something. Well, it's not a Real or anything, guys. It's a 1905 Indian, and actually in pretty decent shape, except for the dirt. So even though she's not a big dollar piece, I'll take a 1905 Indian on the surface any day. Back soon. Let's document this moment. One of those very rare Washington inaugural Pepsi bottle tops. Awesome. Thought we had a coin, guys, but it's a hem weight, cloak weight, whatever you want to call them. It's an old one too. When the lead gets that white and that crusty, starts to crack, and we're about 6-7 inches deep. That's at least probably mid 1800s. It could be Colonial, but it's more of a 19th century shape. Gold beans. Okay, guys, this is literally my last target for the day. There's the truck, and that is my corner flag. So we are 100 feet that way, and we go out 100 feet that way. That's the corner that I dug at the drop end of this field. So on my way out, got a little button signature, 1130s, low 30s on the CTX, and we're gonna pop her out of the ground, see what we got. Okay, guys, yeah, so I've actually found a few. It's one of two things. It's either an impact musket ball, or I have found lead cores to Colonial buttons out here, military buttons. So until I get some of this dirt off it, I won't know for sure, but last find of the day. Back soon. Okay, just throw the pinpointer over the debris again and show you. We got something else in the hole. Came out with the dirt. And let's see if we can find it live here. Now that's pretty cool. We have either a musket ball or a Colonial button in the hole. And then, if I can zoom in on it, if I can find it. Let me pick it up. And here we go. Same hole. And a little cross, and it looks like a hand stamped little copper brass cross. And that's awesome to find it in a Colonial, in a hole with a Colonial piece. So we'll take a look at it, see how old it is. It ain't new, that's for sure. Okay guys, so this is one corner of the drop area, the area where the plow enters the field. One corner, 100 foot by 100 foot. And remember, this is an area that I have been digging for 7 years, but this is the first time I've really concentrated on a drop zone. So there you go, there's your trash. Compared to your keepers. And some of these keepers at the end of the day may wind up going in the trash pile. We have to look at them. But it's at least 3 to 1, 4 to 1 bad targets to good. But this is an area that a lot of guys just don't want to dig because of the trash. And we got some cool old stuff. We got some coins. We got some Colonial stuff, flat buttons. And this is stuff that just wouldn't have been found. So take a day, take 2 days, concentrate on the drop zones, the draw zones, and there's treasure in there. So be back in a minute.